Hi, this is Renee. I'm going to give you some tips today, things that might be stalling you. So I want you to, first of all, ask yourself, are you really stalled? Are you taking measurements? Are you taking pictures of yourself and comparing them? Or how are your pants fitting? If they're getting looser or not. If you're, are you getting more gains? Are you sleeping better? These types of things. Um, if you're having improvements, don't always let that scale number mess you up, because the scale is just like a volume measurement. It does not tell you what all is going inside. It doesn't tell you what your measurement is of bone versus muscle versus fat versus water. So that's not something that the scale does. And so you really have to understand with yourself that you didn't get to the point that you're at right now overnight, and it may take a little bit of time for your body to finish healing before you see some weight loss. And it's not a it's not linear. I'll post a picture of my weight loss in the last couple months, and it's like a really bad mountain range. It's like this, and but the thing is that it's trending down. So, but again, it's frustrating to not see that number go down on the scale all the time. But that's not the only thing you're looking for here with keto. So do those things, take pictures, take measurements. Even if you're only able to do, I saw somebody took a piece of yarn and they just measured around their waist, and then they just did that, like every week, and then they could see how that piece of string would get lower. They would cut it off, and then they could see that they were getting smaller every week. So that's something that you can do. All right, so now we're going to go to the things that if you are really stalled, nothing else is changing, you're not feeling, any different, your measurements are the same, your pictures look the same, what can you do? First of all, you want to be aware of all of the carbs that you're taking in. My husband and I went out to eat one time, and we grabbed a little salt packet to put some extra salt on our food. And he happened to notice the ingredients list, which you would think would just say salt, but it was actually dextrose and salt. So you're going to find sugar in everything, especially if you ever eat out. You never know where you're going to find salt. I've had it, in different groups I've been in, people I've seen talking, they talk about how if you go out to like IHOP, there's pancake batter in your eggs. So that would be carbs you weren't aware of. Just things that you want to look for that are kind of hidden carbs. And I know that that's just, it's a new way of thinking to do keto and low carb eating, and we really have to be diligent, because they're everywhere and they use 14 different words to describe it. So you're just not, you have to know what all the words are for sugar and what you're looking for when you go to buy a product. So there's that. And then even like in your vitamins, like I picked up some of these because I was going on a trip. I wanted some little extra stuff. To take 2 of them, there is 4 grams of carbs. So I'm still taking them because I bought them and opened them. But, that if I were to take those, every day, and I'm trying to stick to 20 carbs or less, then that adds up. That's what's that? 1/5 of my carbs. So just things that carbs that you're just maybe not aware of, just maybe think about when you first started keto and you were really looking at stuff. Go back to that for a little bit. All right, so then you could have too many nuts. They're yummy, they're high fat, they still have a lot of calories, and if we're eating too many of them, and they're the type of thing that we tend to eat kind of all day long. Oh, I'll just have a few nuts. Feeling a little bit hungry, I'll grab a couple of nuts. And then before you know it, you've eaten, 3, 4, 5 servings, and that's a ton of calories. And even though we don't really count calories while we're doing the keto, you can still eat too much. So just be aware of that. All right, then we could have number 3, too much stress in our lives, and that's a tough one. If you're trying to argue with stress, it's kind of hard for us to get away from it. So maybe take a walk every day, even just 15 minutes. Walk away from your house for 15 minutes, looking all around, enjoying the weather, then walk back. If you can't get outside, go to a mall that's close to you or something like that. Something that will help relieve your stress. Yoga for exercise, if you meditate, those types of things. Don't just gel in front of the TV, because that's yes, it might seem like it helps relieve your stress, but you're still not really improving yourself. There's nothing wrong with watching TV. I do it, but still, it might not be the best thing if you're feeling stressed. You want to find some kind of outlet for that to help yourself de-stress. All right. And then, of course, having too much stress is going to lead to number 4, which is not sleeping well. Now, I just picked this up recently. I'm going to try it. I love the Calm products for magnesium. And some nights that seems to help me and other nights it doesn't. But I saw this with the Calm Full Sleep, and it's got the additional ingredients of GABA, L-theanine, and melatonin in it, along with the magnesium. So I'm going to be giving this a try and see if that helps me. I just find that I kind of get stressed easily, and I'm taking some adrenal supplements, which are definitely helping, but it would be nice to have a little extra insurance at night, something that works. So I'll tell you, report back on this and see how that works. And then one of the other things that might be is that I know a lot of times during the week or come the weekend when we're looking to de-stress, people will reach for alcohol. And every time you have an alcoholic drink, your liver is going to spend the time processing that alcohol instead of processing fat. So if you have a couple of drinks in a night, even though they're no calorie, considered keto, they're still going to keep your body from processing the fat, which is what you're looking for. So if you're still if you're in a stall and you're really looking to kind of break that, don't do alcohol. Just avoid it for till your stall's over, and then maybe you can have just one later after you're towards your more maintenance phase. So those are my tips. If you have more questions, let me know below and I'll get back with you. Maybe we'll do more, or if there's something else you'd like to see me do a video on, let me know. Thanks.